Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahagsar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelselik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything. Retreat if you know what's good for you!
Engaging!
It's all mine!
Into the shadows!
Be still! You're mine!
That may prove a
You're
source.
mine! You're finished!
Going in! Far enough!
No further! Be still! Take this!
Reload!
Scream
I'm ready!
face.
Throw him down! Rending you up! Right target! Too back!
Stand back! I'll trip it up.
Dragon Swarm! You're mine! Be still! I'm not done!
Hurricane
Here I
Blade!
come!
Begin!
Here! Take this!
Everlasting darkness!
Take this! Be still!
Hurricane Strike!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
That's far enough!
For my lord!
I'm the true gunslinger around here.
Bring him down!
Do it! That's it!
Report! Megaton!
It's almost too strong.
It'll split it open!
Be my guest! On your Take it!
This one's mine! Here goes!
Resonate with the earth! Rising Plasmite! I can carve through walls!
Do it!
Show me! In an instant! Impact Claw!
I feel sprightlier than before.
Got it!
Hey, what do you say we fight that
This one will be difficult to predict.
Sight far enough! How's this?
Prepare to be still!
Hurricane strike!
You're finished! Dance on the wind! Lightning thrust! I'm ready!
Radiant light! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now!
Shield and
Leave the ensnaring to
You're
me.
mine!
Yeah!
And the this one's mine!
You're finished!
Do it!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
A comfortable win.
That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
Out of our way!
I see one, eh?
Hurricane strike! Going in!
Dragon War!
Watch for your ranged attack!
Rising Falcon!
Hurricane
Here I come!
strike!
No further! It's over!
This one's mine!
Lightning thrust!
Healing circle!
We did it!
Appreciate the help!
Going
in!
I'll smash you! Take this!
There!
I'm ready! Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Not a chance! Lightning thrust!
By the power of water!
Rising fist! Dragon Sword!
Do it!
Rending you apart!
A comfortable win. Coming through!
Here I come!
Not in your dreams!
Out of the way!
How about this?
Lightning thrust!
I can read your moves like a book! I'm gone! One more!
Rising Falcon! We're not finished! Dragon Sword! Megasonic Thrust! It's over! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Not a chance! On Stardust! Now we're not... Rising Falcon! You're finished!
Hurricane strike!
Rending you bloody howling! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
I won't forgive you!
You got save you! Negative
Glacial fire!
on your knees!
Flame!
I won't show you any mercy!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Going in! On steel! Freeze laser! Hurricane
Here
flash!
I come!
This one's mine!
Air destruction!
Make it rain!
Glacial fire!
Take this! You're finished! Take this! It's over!
Here I
Rising
go!
Falcon!
Going in!
You're mine!
Take this!
Dragon Swarm!
I'm ready!
Mega Summoning! In an instant! Impact Block!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Get lost!
Now you'll learn!
Ready and break you! Take
Dragon Swarm!
Do it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Now! You're mine!
I'm all stopped up!
Rising Falcon!
See what I can do!
My shield! You're finished!
This one's mine!
Rising Falcon!
Negative
This
gate!
one's mine! Make it rain!
Here I come!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
An opponent like this should be easy. The rebel! No further!
One more!
Lightning thrust!
Tiger Blade!
So much for talking it out!
Glacial spear!
Stalagmite!
Freeze laser!
Try harder!
This one's mine!
Eat this! Why you take this! Megasonic thrust! Try this!
Hurricane Flash!
Explosive ray!
Take
Back
this!
to you! You're mine! You're finished!
Hurricane Flash!
Stood up!
Bathed in blood!
Rising Falcon! You're mine! It's over!
With the earth!
Megasonic!
Here goes!
I'm not done! Teach you respect!
Time to shine!
Rising Falcon!
Elusive deity!
On your
Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Crushing
You're mine!
Freeze land! This one's mine!
You're finished!
Tiger Blade!
Lightning thrust!
I'm ready!
Rising Falcon!
I'll face you! Take
You're
this!
finished!
In a bind?
Here goes!
Lunar blast!
Mega Piston! Try this! Clock back, will ya?
Make it rain!
Kitana! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
like this should be easy. Not today! Rising Shock!
One more! It's a dual jump!
Flying spree! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
I'm ready!
That's done! Astral energy!
Say no more! My turn! Onward and upward. An opponent like this should be easy. You got... Be still! I owe you
Down! You're
Lightning Falcon! Now you know! You escape!
Glacial fire!
You're mine!
Going in!
You're finished! Air pressure! Take this! Burn it out! You're mine!
Let me have
You're
it!
finished!
Let them
Dragon Sword!
take this!
Megasonic thrust! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal you all! This one's mine!
Here I come! You're finished!
Here goes!
It's over!
Can't get out of this!
Lion power!
Lightning thrust! I'm not done! Hurricane thrust! Rising Falcon!
Ready and rare!
Air power! You're finished!
I'll smash you!
Look sharp!
Dazzle! Take this! It's over!
Here's evil! Tiger blade!
Everlasting
Lion
Falcon.
power!
It's over!
Resonate with the earth!
Here, one more! Hurricane thrust! I'll fix you up! Recover!
Thanks!
The enemy wields ours too.
You'll soon see about that!
You're mine! Rising Falcon!
Here I go! This one's mine!
You with a duck!
Hurricane fire!
Explode! Here I come! You're finished!
Let me throw you
Lion power! Hurricane thrust!
Hurricane thrust!
This one's mine!
You made me angry.
You're
That was a
mine!
bad idea.
Incantation ruined.
You're finished!
Here I come! It's mine! One more!
Rising!
Here's a healing art! Where are you going?
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolitor!
I'll
Here
do
I
it!
come! Double me! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Together, there is nothing that can stop us.
Indeed. As one, we are unrivaled.
And that is our greatest strength.
Equipment should come in handy.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
In a bind?
Be still!
Healing circle!
Rising Falcon!
back.
You're mine!
Here's the
Ignite!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
I'm not done!
Freeze Lancer! Tiger blade! Constantine!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Now! Take this! Stardust! Tempest! Rising Falcon! I'm not done! Crescent Flash!
Going in!
Rising
Graviton
Falcon!
field!
Take this!
Hurricane! Make it rain! Here!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
How much longer will our healing arts last?
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zoogles the Renans usually do around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
In here. This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for.
That's far enough!
I see what, eh?
Won't save you!
My dear! Hurricane Fire! I'm going in! The rebels! Stop them!
Sounds like a job for your truly. That's my cue.
Shut him down!
This is it.
On your knees!
Benediction.
Try harder!
And more that should all turn out.
Hurricane is it in the sky? It's in the sky.
Will you escape?
Thank you!
You picked the wrong
Here
fight!
I come.
I'm not done!
Where are you going?
Go in! Dragon Swarm! Castle! Here I come! You're finished! On your
Hurricane strike!
Air pressure! Escape!
Rending you
Castle!
Hurricane strike!
Rising Falcon! Here I come!
in a bind!
Hurricane fire!
Going in!
Ready to go! Flame of
Strike!
fury! Burning strike!
Strike!
Glacial spear! Here's evil! Here goes!
Rising Falcon!
Florida!
Now you see what I can do!
Glacial
Take this!
spear! Here's evil!
Try this!
Freeze dancer! Tiger blade! Healing arts! Burn!
You're finished! Air pressure! It's on! Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
Hurricane
Resonate with the earth!
Your leg!
I'm out of ammo! I'm all stopped up! Annihilation!
Take this!
Hurricane fire!
Bloody howling!
Take this! You're finished!
Make it ready!
Hurricane Thrust! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
I'm in good form. I'll crush any enemy with my mace.
Awesome! We've got an avatar of destruction here!
Truly, she leaves naught but rubble in her wake.
Are you guys asking to be your next target?
Do you think we'll be okay to keep going?
I make no guarantees.
friends, Hoodle?
A barrier. That may indicate Almadria is near.
Then we've got to find a way to get through somehow.
Let's see if we can find some.
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almadria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
You've got spirit!
One's mine!
Come on! It's over!
On your
Rising Falcon!
Too late to talk over our differences?
Shine!
Rising
Radiant
Falcon!
light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate! Smash you!
Tiger Blade!
Here I come! You're mine!
Ready!
Do it!
Hurricane Strike!
We won.
Dispose of the trash.
My lord! It's over! Here I come!
Bloody
Mega Ray!
Rising Falcon!
You think that shield will save you?
I'll
heal you all!
Take this!
Here goes!
We got flyers!
Hands up! Let him marksman!
Make it rain! All yours!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Now! You're mine!
Glacial spear!
We did it! My turn!
Going in! Freeze
On
Lancer!
your right.
Do it!
Right.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
I've used a bit too much healing. Out of our way!
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my
In a
guest.
bind?
It's over.
Magna Ray!
Take down their defenses. Got you now. It's on. My shield.
Into the shadows!
We're not finished.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. Now, here I come.
Going in!
Take this.
One more!
Dazzle. Here I come. On there.
Lightning! Downfall!
You're mine.
Resonate with the earth!
Burn.
Piercing roll!
Here I come.
Here!
On guard!
Resonate with the earth!
Hurricane
Dragon
Flash!
swarm.
Going in! Denied!
I'm ready. Take this.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. I can feel my power growing.
Looks like some solid equipment.
Right, here goes.
Now you see what I can do!
My shield.
Here goes! Where are you going? These ones can run rings around us.
We're not finished. I'm not through. I'm ready to smash him.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
I'm pretty worn out.
Want to rest up for a bit?
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Right, here goes. I'm not done.
Flame of Fury!
You're mine.
Here's evil! Freeze Lancer! Going in!
You're mine.
Hurricane
Lightning
Flash!
thrust.
This one's mine!
Lightning
I take you there. Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Megasonic thrust.
By the
Dragon
power of
swarm.
water! This is it!
Dazzle. Here I come.
Burning Strike!
Dazzle.
Crescent
Take
Moon!
this.
Tiger Blade!
Dragon swarm.
Lion Owl!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
forgive you!
Down! You're on!
And you take it?
Careful! It's some kind of camouflage!
You're finished! Rising Falcon! Take this!
In a bind?
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Radiant Blast!
Face and blood.
You're feeling you apart! It's on!
Their armor interrupted.
You're mine!
Warrior Power!
Take this! Eat this!
Mega Ray!
You won't make a
Tiger
fool
Blade!
of me!
Lion
You're
Power!
finished!
Now here's a healing arc!
I don't have much left.
Try harder! Not a chance!
Hear me!
Rising
Fury! Burning Which way are you going?
Here I come!
I'll heal you all!
Lightning Thrust!
Healing!
Dragon
Tiger
Sword!
Blade!
Rending you
Hear me!
Sonic
Hurricane Strike!
Take it! Megasonic Thrust! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Take
Radiant
this!
Blast!
Dance on the wind! Burn!
Nothing radiant!
Here I come! You're off! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Not a chance!
Searing Flame!
You're finished!
Resonate with the earth.
I'm out of ammo! Watch him!
In a bind?
Look Annihilation!
Take
Hear
it!
me! Flame and
Be still!
This one's mine.
Arc Field! Hurricane Strike!
Rising Falcon!
Hurricane! Here I go!
This should do it!
Hurricane Strike!
You're mine!
Annihilation! Mega Ray!
It's over!
Annihilation!
Shield and
Be still!
Hurricane
All
Strike!
mine! Here I come!
Hear me! Flame of Fury!
You picked the wrong fight!
dance on the wind.
Take this!
Glacial Fire!
You're finished! Here I
This
come!
one's mine.
Searing Flame! Reload!
Piercing
Never miss!
Keep charging
Now
up!
you've got it. That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Glacial
Got it!
Spear!
I'll leave it to you!
Going in! Freeze Lancer! Hurricane Strike!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolition!
You're mine! Lightning Thrust! Lewis Kick! Tear!
What in the world?
Go, Helena. I'm all right.
Anything in order.
Good thing.
All mine. Glacial
Take
Fire!
this.
Here I come!
I'll face this.
It's on!
I'm out of ammo!
Ignite!
I'm all stopped
Here I
up!
come!
Annihilation!
Dragon
Make it rain!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
That was a little close for comfort.
She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking.
What's wrong, sweetie? Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be?
The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game going.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
I wonder if something happened.
I came out great. Everyone's gonna be real surprised.
Oh, yeah. How's this? Great!
Yes. Hey.
Really?
What?
Yes.
All right, right.
Really?
What?
Huh?
All right.
Yes.
Over there.
Huh?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Huh.
All right.
By the by, Shion, if you don't mind my asking, would you be willing to share what sort of clothes are currently in fashion on Rena sometime?
Sure, as long as you call me Captain.
Sir, yes, sir, Captain Shion.
I was just joking. Kinda. Has a nice ring to it, though.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Stay sharp. We're going in.
Let's see what you've got.
Engaging! Through armor! Here I come! On your way!
Going in! Fire support!
Make it rain!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Glacial
Now!
Spear!
You're
Pierce
mine!
Evil!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and to me.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Right, here goes!
I never miss!
You're finished! Magnificent! One's all mine!
Into the shadows! This one's mine!
It's almost too strong! Be my guest! Strike! Eat that!
Here, let me help! Tiger Blade!
You're mine!
I'm ready!
I know you won't! Fall! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Is this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard. For all we know, there could be something hiding around here. What's this thing?
I'll do my best!
I see one, eh?
Smash you! Here, let me help! On your knees.
Radiant
You see things?
Lunar Orb! Glacial Spear! Pierce Evil!
No further!
We'll soon see about that! Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! My
Mega
roll!
Ray! Back into the Mega Ray! Going in!
It's almost too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest!
Annihilation!
I'm ready! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
A comfortable win.
I won't forgive you!
You're mine!
You're
mine! It's over! You're mine! Eat this!
Those flying creatures are a real pain in the butt!
Dragon Swarm! Aim for the weak
This one's
spot!
mine!
Here I come!
Shattering the pieces! Attack us!
Rising Fist!
Begin! This one's mine!
Shine! I'm not done!
Here it goes! Into the shadows! Tiger Blade! Mega Ray! Annihilation!
This one's mine!
Be still! You're mine!
Not so fast.
Crescent Flash! Rising
Going in!
Carve through armor!
On
your knees! It's over!
Hurricane Strike! It's weakened!
Thanks! Air pressure! Take it! Now!
Flame of Fury!
No further!
Ready! Glacial Spear!
Take it!
Going in!
Astral Arts?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Hurricane Strike! Going in! Annihilation!
Burn!
Radiant Flash! Hurricane Strike!
You're finished!
Take
You're mine!
Pierce Evil!
Nothing gets by me!
Here I come! Soaring blast!
Denied!
Hurricane Strike!
Here I come!
Going in!
Dazzle! Here I come!
Flame of Fury! one's mine!
Let's show you apart! Ready and rarely!
It's over!
Now you see what I can do!
Glacial
Take it!
Tiger
It's
Blade!
over! It's on!
Air pressure!
Here I come! Burn in hell!
Magna Ray!
Dragon
They should
Force!
make it radiant!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
An opponent like this should be easy. Now you'll learn! I owe you one. Finish!
Hurricane
Fire in the hole!
Going in!
Begin!
Rising Falcon!
Take this!
Here I come! Dragon Form!
Make it deity!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now! Take this! Take this!
Here's evil!
Rising Falcon! Dragon Form!
That's it!
Leave this to me! You're finished! Rising Falcon!
Pieces!
This one's mine! Here's evil!
I'll smash you!
My shield! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Looks like we won.
This looks nice and tough. If Valmadria's not in her own room, just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Danon mages, and that woman murdered all of them. All on her own. I hate to say it, but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
We already know she specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it. One last place to look. Straight ahead.
Valmadria.
There she is! Valmadria!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Danon Witch.
Almadria.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like the rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without it are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Mies. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almadria.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Nesmold! Enjoy your meal! Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you! Not in your dreams!
Soaring blast!
Hurricane
Stunner!
Radiant
Right.
Spear!
Radiant rare!
I'm out of ammo!
take it?
Here's a healing art!
Prepare to be
Armor won't save you!
Take this! Soaring blast!
Little way!
Rising Falcon! This
No
one's all
further.
mine!
Radiant
Here I come! You're finished!
Tiger Blade! I'm
Just eat this! Bloody howling! Try harder! None chance!
Here!
No escape!
No more
Negative
gate!
Deny! Rising
Healing circle! Alarm!
Elusive deity!
Annihilation! Here! Flame of Fury! Burning Strike! Hurricane
Soaring
Blast!
blast!
This one's
It's
mine!
over! This should do it!
This one's mine!
You're mine! I owe you one! Here I come!
Hurricane
You're finished!
Strike! Radiant
Rising
here!
Falcon! Hurricane thrust!
This one's mine! Anything in armor is
I
all
never
mine!
miss! Hurricane take!
On guard!
You're finished!
One more!
Tear!
Going in!
Rising Falcon!
Armor won't save me! Switch
Monster, not in your dreams!
Time to shine!
Not today!
Stay away! Your arm!
Begin! You're finished!
Radiant fire!
Hurricane thrust!
Hurricane smash!
Rising Falcon!
I'm all stuffed up!
Right!
Can't get out of this!
Nothing gets
Here,
by
right
me!
here.
First aid! Wretched fool!
Going in!
Tear! You're
Hurricane
finished!
smash!
Soda!
Going in! Let me help! Take this!
Rising Falcon!
Look sharp! Down! You're armed!
You're mine!
Being interrupted.
Tear! It's over! It's on!
This one's mine!
Here goes!
This one's
Take
mine!
this! Ignite!
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready!
I owe you one! Hurricane thrust! You're finished!
Hurricane strike! Here's evil!
Rising Falcon! Meet us again!
This one's mine!
Not in your dreams!
Shield and tank!
Take this! It's over!
Nothing gets by me!
Radiant!
I owe you one
Here's
for
a
that.
healing arm!
You're mine!
No further.
Here! Brimming with hatred.
Hurricane
Escape! Take this!
Hurricane strike!
Rising Falcon! Try harder! Now! You may be strong, but I'll never... Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing arm!
Take this!
I owe you one for that.
Here I go! Ha! Eat dirt!
Stay away!
You're mine! Ha!
Art seal!
Be gone!
Take this!
Here's a healing arm!
Tear!
Not on my watch!
One more! Here's the
You're mine!
Radiant! Here!
This one's mine!
Here's evil! Hurricane
Where are you going? Look sharp!
Take this! It's too much!
Here's water!
Take this!
Far enough! How about this?
Look sharp!
Lightning tiger blade!
Take this!
Slaves! Going in!
I owe you one. They're attacking separately.
Can't land a hit on her.
Keep an eye on it! And take out the monster first!
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that.
Yeah, take it away.
Thanks, Shion.
Here goes! Hurricane flame!
Take this!
In a bind?
Flame!
Can you take it?
This one's mine!
You
will suffer! Rending you apart!
Searing flame!
Try harder! Not a chance! Be still!
Mega ray!
You're mine!
Let the monster handle this!
Benedict.
There!
Don't leave me all alone here!
That looks bad.
Wits about you, people!
Glacial fire! I'll heal you all!
Going in!
Rising
Healing
Falcon!
arm! Arch shield!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity!
Going in! Not in your dream!
Chaotic disaster!
Time to shine!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arts aren't so special. And now, they're mine!
Far enough!
I owe you one.
I let my guard down.
You'll pay for that! From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life! From beyond, great! This vanquished soul with life! Resuscitation!
Ready to go!
I'm in your debt.
We have to train
You
harder.
require a hand.
There are... Interrupted.
Rotating
Tiger Blade!
It's over!
Hurricane Driver!
Benediction light.
No further!
Into the shadow! Time to shine! Here goes!
Now see what I can do! I'll grind you into dust! I'm not elusive deity!
Hurricane! First aid!
Resonate with the earth! Ignite! Stalagmite!
Hurricane!
You're mine!
Here! Where are you going? Here goes! Hurricane!
Listen to it! Try harder! My turn!
Not on my watch! You won't get away with that!
It's over!
Mega Ray!
On your Rising Falcon! You're mine!
This is some punishment.
Stay away from my friend! Take it! It's over!
Healing circle!
Rising Falcon! Try harder! Now! Here I come!
Far enough!
It's over! Be still!
Mega Ray!
Take it! Start up! Rising Falcon!
Hurricane
Just not a chance!
This one's mine!
Save you! No escape!
Look sharp! Take this!
Burn it out!
Look sharp!
Strike!
Crescent
Dragon Swarm!
Radiant light.
Force of This should do it!
will suffer!
Arch Shield!
You're mine! Rising
Behold my true power!
Where are you going?
Her master core!
Not while I'm around, she isn't!
This one's mine!
Here I come!
Can't get out of this.
Going in! That's it!
Ringwell! Dance on the wind!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity!
Going in!
Chaotic disaster!
Not ammo!
Rending you apart.
Time to die!
Another incantation ruined.
I'm a sitting duck!
Retreat from this battle.
Retreat? I would never...
Not like this!
Death a bit!
Tiger! Wait!
Ready to
Try
go!
and run! Behold! See what I can do to deity! Hurricane blast! This one's mine! Leave it to me!
I'll grind you into dust.
Here, let me have it! Time to shine in your dreams!
Far enough! Appreciate the help! Good shot!
Ringwell! Here I come!
I'll never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down! I'll end you! Astral energy!
Say no more!
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Danon, nothing more than a mere slave, I won't allow you to.
It's not about what you think. Or being Danon or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again.
Oh, Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganeth Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more.
Stop right there!
Think you can cut me down? What?
Wait, what just happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Xion!
Alvin!
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign. After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake. As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Alphen.
Leori. Wait, please. Wait, What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Niori. Shion. Damn it.
Take this! Eat dirt! Take this! You're finished! No escape! Take this! It's over! Rising... Here I come! Dazzle! Tear! Rising Falcon! Here I come! Lightning Thrust! Stardust! Hurricane Thrust! You're mine! Here I come! Rising Falcon! No escape! Here I come! It's over! No escape! Be still! You're mine! Lightning Thrust! Hurricane Thrust! Rising Falcon! Lightning Thrust! Strike! Tear! Ah! It's on! Take this! Eat dirt! Be still! You're mine! You're finished! Pierce! Megasonic Thrust! Pierce! Take this! Be still! Hurricane Thrust! Rising Falcon! Dazzle! Rising Falcon! It's over! You're mine! Hurricane Thrust! Rising... I'm not done! Dazzle! Take this! It's over! Rising Falcon! Here I come! You're mine! Lightning Thrust! No escape! Stardust! Hurricane Thrust! I'm nearly done for. Take this! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! This one's all mine! You're mine! Rising Falcon! Eat dirt! No escape! Dazzle! Stardust! Rising Falcon! Lightning Thrust! Hurricane Thrust! Rising...
Alvin?
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell, where are we?
Ganeth Heros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle? Speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Danins, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danin defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now. I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegis.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, It didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I'd never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or 2 ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering. Just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going. What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
your friends, Hoodle? Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! You can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Dougal policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
Lightning Falcon!
Are those arms even natural?
You're mine! Be still! No escape! Start up!
Take this!
Its armor's too strong.
Then I'll split it open!
No, be my guest! Take this! I'm on it! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Lightning thrust!
Calamity.
Thanks! Lightning Falcon!
I'll smash you!
Take this!
Dragon Shout! Burn!
This one's mine!
Lightning
You made
Falcon!
me angry!
I'm
That was a
knocked
bad
out.
idea!
It's over! You picked the wrong fight!
This one's mine!
Take this! It's over!
I'm ready!
Did it!
Another incantation ruin.
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Hurricane
Here I
Strike!
come.
Big Far enough!
Lightning
Here goes!
It's over! More! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, this Olim kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron, and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, There's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Okay.
Why?
Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator.
By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait. Don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine. Let's get going. Thistleum was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not. Shion's our friend. Almadria was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almadria was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almadria. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, Thanks, Kisara.
This is a true masterpiece, no less than culinary art.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle? I think Hoodle senses an owl around here.
It feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered can be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this. Eat that!
Stardust! Dragon Shell!
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Ready and ready!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
More where that came from!
Rising Falcon!
Now!
This one's all
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Dance in the wind! In here!
Going Eat dirt!
One more.
Lightning
On
condemn!
guard.
You're mine!
Thunderblade!
No
all
further!
Now I'm in the mood!
Make your way.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Photon flash!
Just the dark!
Going in.
You're mine! It's over!
Lightning
Rising
condemn!
Storm!
Thunderblade!
Blue Escape! Dragon War!
Nothing gets by me. Far enough.
Here goes Raging Cascade! Dance in the
How
wind!
about that?
In here! Now!
Lunar Mark! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
What's this thing? Is that the Zugel we're looking for?
It'll take more than that to break my shield.
Defend it to the last.
Meteor! Ready!
Eagle Ray!
Lunar Arc!
Lion Howl!
This one's all mine!
I shall seal you where
You picked the wrong fight!
Hurricane Strike!
Right! I'll smash you!
You're finished!
Blackened blade!
This one's mine!
You're mine!
Hurricane Strike!
You're mine!
Make it rain!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
We can really make weapons with this? Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe... It'll take more than that to break my shield.
Dependable to the last.
I'm on it!
Shine!
Radiant light! Inferno punch! Take
I'll
this!
take out the legs with my shield.
I'm on
Take this!
Counterattack!
Be still!
Hurricane Strike!
Shine!
Charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Leave it to you!
This one's mine.
the earth!
Make it rain!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Now!
Radiant
Take
light!
this!
Force
It's
of
over.
regeneration!
Inferno punch!
Regenerate!
Far enough!
Allow me to help you.
Here I this one's all mine!
Hurricane!
Here I come! Eat dirt!
Inferno
This one's
punch!
mine!
Strike!
Make it rain!
Blow them away!
Not a chance!
Hurricane Strike!
I'll smash you! Begin!
You're mine! You're finished!
Not so fast!
Lightning!
Kizaar! Frozen!
Hammer!
There's always room for improvement.
There are still so many creatures we don't know about.
Have you been writing stuff down about what we fight?
Yep. It's actually pretty fun to observe.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was someone's property. Turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on magic for everything.
Hardly. In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it every day. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it. Studying the very thing you're being persecuted for? but that's what we did. Just like our parents and their parents before them. Honestly, I don't even know how far back it goes.
If memory serves, mages have been the stuff of legend for ages. Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myths. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense though. I mean, it was astral arts that let the Renans dominate Dana, right? Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of Dana then?
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone. Magic's more of an exclusive club.
So, you either have the gift or you don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand. And fear leads to persecution. So the problem's not magic. It could just as easily have been anything.
Yeah. We should really get some rest. I want to go back to bed.
It'll take more than that to break my shield.
Defend it to the last.
Lightning thrust!
Hurricane!
Rising Falcon! Take it!
Glacial fire!
Megasonic thrust!
Try to come over.
You're finished!
Here, let me help.
It's over!
How about this? I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara.
Hurricane thrust!
Radiant, this one's mine.
Eat dirt!
In a bind, I'm ready.
Don't
Be
suffer in
still!
silence.
Take this!
Benediction.
Hurricane thrust!
Hurricane!
Rising Falcon! Take this! Thanks! This time!
I'm ready.
Dueling! In an instant!
Impact block.
Here I come! Eat dirt! Take this!
What's this? This one's mine.
I'll smash you!
You're mine!
Kisara, I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
I can feel my power growing!
Discourteous, aren't you?
You're mine!
Not on my watch!
It's over!
Hurricane strike!
Elusive
Lightning thrust! I'm not done!
They may look cute and stuff, but they're vicious.
Flaming meteor.
Be still! Take this!
Piercing
Run!
strike.
Rising Falcon!
Bloody hollow!
Strike!
Look sharp.
Dragon Swarm! Hit!
I'm not holding
Crush!
Hurricane
Here I come! You're finished! Take this! It's over! This one's all
I'm
mine.
ready.
Come and get it!
Rising Falcon! You're mine! You picked the wrong fight!
On your knees.
Take this! You're finished! Air pressure! Megasonic thrust! Dragon swarm! First strike!
Here
I'll put you
goes!
through! No further! Eat this! You're done! Elusive deity! It's over! That's enough! Dazzle! Take this! My turn! It's time!
Hurricane strike!
Rising Falcon! You picked the wrong fight! Sword! In an instant! Impact block! Now! Here I come! Dazzle! Elusive deity! It's over! Rising Falcon!
won't save you!
Take this!
Dragon Shell!
Blood.
Hurricane strike!
Dragon Swarm!
It's going in!
Bloody howling!
Resonate with the earth!
Hurricane strike!
I'm ready! In an instant! Impact block!
Together, there is nothing that can stop us.
Indeed. As one, we are unrivaled.
And that is our greatest strength.
Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho!
You're saying we should check the owl forest? There's the Zoogle we were asked to handle.
Right, here goes! I'm not done! I'm on! I'm not done! Here I come! You're finished! Hurricane thrust!
Hurricane strike!
Rising Falcon!
This one's mine!
You're mine! You picked the wrong fight! First strike! Here I come!
Easy and snaring on me.
Yeah! And the pummeling to me!
Rising Falcon!
Denied!
You're mine! Be still! It's over! Lunar Rumble! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go. What's this thing?
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned, but if you don't rest when you can...
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false! Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... you know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah. But still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
That's what we're going to climb?
The villagers managed it on their escape from the city. We're going in the opposite direction, but where there's a will.
There's always a way, right? And it looks like we're out of options. Let's grit our teeth and go. Is it just me, or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almeidrea. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear. Right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though, not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it.
Right, here goes!
Can't get out of this!
Here goes!
I'm on it! Take this!
Thunder touch!
Tear!
Hurricane strike! Look
Take
out!
this!
Hurricane strike!
You're mine!
Not in your dreams!
You're
The
mine!
enemy
Make
feels
it
us
rain!
too.
In an instant!
Impact block!
We work well together.
Finely timed block.
Make it rain!
Bloody hell! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
My turn! I'm not done!
Dragon shout!
Rising Falcon!
Make it rain!
Come on!
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Good to know my training is paying off.
Crap. This injury hurts more than I thought. Shion, sorry, but could you... Oh. Right.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Begin!
Eat dirt!
You're mine!
On guard! One
Be
more!
still!
Hitting
Hurricane thrust!
Piercing
Rising
shower!
Falcon!
Full regenerate!
Here I come! You're finished!
Allow me to help. That freaking does it! Why, thank you, your lordship. And will you lay down your life for your lord? Well, I mean, hey, let's not be hasty. Do it!
In an instant!
Impact block!
We work well together.
Like a finely timed walk.
You're finished! Too fast!
Let's stand back. I'll trip it up. In a bind. Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade! Nice one, Alphin.
Yeah, there's more where that came from. An opponent like this should be easy.
I shall ensure you survive this.
Hurricane thrust! Rising Falcon! Eat dirt! Lightning thrust!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
That's my cue!
Shut him down! Dragon Swarm!
How about make it rain?
Come on!
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade! See that?
That training's paying off! Rising Falcon!
Negative gate!
Here I come!
This one's
Be
mine!
still!
Take this!
No escape! Stardust! Lunarongo! Rising Falcon! You're mine! It's over!
Make it rain!
Totally! In an instant!
Impact block!
This one's all mine!
They smite with blackened blade!
Rising Falcon! You picked the wrong fight!
On guard! Hold on to your arms! Here I
Carve
come!
through
Make it rain!
Wow! Look what I just found.
courteous, aren't they?
Here I come!
Not on my watch!
Just be still!
Look sharp!
Flaming meteor!
Elusive demon shield hiding something big! In a bind? Leave the torch back in their defense!
Glad you hunter you!
In an instant! Impact Claw! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Rising Falcon! Here I come!
Resonate with the
It's
earth!
over!
Dragon!
This one's all mine! You're mine! Lightning Thrust! I'm not done! Stardust! Do it! Tear! Dragon Swarm! Take it!
Hold on to your art!
You apart.
Here I come!
You picked the wrong fight!
Make it wait!
I should be of some use to us now.
You weren't exactly dead weight before.
Except in regard to doing basic chores.
What's this thing? I've never stood so close to a waterfall like this before.
I bet it'd feel real refreshing to take a shower underneath this water.
You're welcome to try. But that water pressure would likely crush you to a pulp.
That's far enough! Attack time!
It's over!
This one's not
Stardust!
Not on my watch!
Here I come!
Is it high? It's not down yet!
Take this! It's over!
Make it rain!
Come on! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
I'm ready! Stop me!
In an instant! Impact Claw! My turn!
Everlasting shot!
Rising Falcon!
Negative
Thrust!
Resonate with the earth!
You're my
Galacmite! I'm ready!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw! We're a pretty lethal combination, aren't we?
What can I say? Had a good partner.
Out of my way!
Take this!
Far enough!
You're finished!
Look sharp! Hurricane Strike! Look sharp! Give it!
You picked the wrong fight!
Hurricane Overrun! Save you! Time to execute!
Here I come!
Resonate with the earth! Do it!
Come on! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off! It's almost too strong!
Split it open! Can't
Be my guest! You're finished!
Resonate with the
You're
earth!
mine! Dragon Swarm! Megasonic Thrust! You're finished!
Inferno Puncher!
Take this! Rising Falcon! Here I come! You're mine!
I'm ready!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw!
To everlasting
Hurricane Strike!
Take this!
Resonate with the earth!
Do it! Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw!
To achieve such harmony.
Takes a singular will.
Dragon Shell! I'll thank you. I'm like bait to them. I'm on it.
Be careful, everyone. This one isn't normal.
I'm on it.
You picked the wrong fight.
Get away!
Dragon Form!
I'm ready.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off.
Now I'm in the groove.
Falcon!
Denied! Do it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
My turn!
Everlasting. My fists are crushing it out there. I'm surrounded!
Take this! This
Can't
one's
get
all
out of
mine.
this!
You're finished!
I'm on it! Come on! Glacial
Rising Falcon! You picked the wrong fight!
Tiger Blade!
Don't mind if I do.
You're finished!
No dawn shall break this night. Do it!
Lightning Thrust! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Elusive deity! I'm gone!
Rising Falcon! No escape! Dragon Form!
Take this! I'm gone!
You're mine!
I'll smash you!
You're finished!
Elusive deity! Shield!
Do
it! Another one! Here's the power!
Take this! It's over!
Nothing will hold me back.
No!
I see you.
Lightning Thrust! This one's all mine!
Shine! Radiant light! Pulse of regeneration!
Hurricane
Power!
Rising Falcon! Eat dirt!
I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over!
Who said anything about letting
I'm
off?
ready! I'll try you with a shot!
You're finished!
Shield!
Hurricane Crush! I'm ready! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang! Yes! I'm getting stronger!
Care to put that claim to the test?
I'd love to, but I got this thing.
This'll make us even more formidable.